Hi, it's Lori Nunemaker, and today I'm going to show you how to use the Lori Whitlock SVG files with the Cricut Explore. When you log into Design Space, you will come up to your home screen. From here we need to go to Upload Images. Lori Whitlock's files from the Lori Whitlock shop are SVG files, which are vector files. So on this menu we're going to click Vector Upload. Then we're going to Browse, and I'm going to use the Lori Whitlock Santa 2. I have it here on my desktop. I'm going to click on the SVG file and click Open. Here is my file. I can tag it here if I want. I could put Santa, Christmas, whatever you want to be able to find it later. And then I'm going to click Save Image. I'm going to click on it, Insert, and here's our image. We're going to make a Santa Claus Christmas tag out of this, so I want to make it a little bit bigger. And I'm just using the ruler here on the side to kind of decide the size that I want to make the base Santa. And that looks to be a little bit about 4 inches, which is about where I want it. So you want to make sure you do any sizing adjustments before you ungroup it. The next thing we want to do is, while this Santa is selected, right-click, Ungroup. This will release all the pieces separately, and we're going to use the base Santa first. So I'm going to move these out of the way. I want to make a tag that opens so that you can write the to and from on the inside of the tag. So I need 2 of these Santas, and this would be the same method you would use to make a shape card. So I'm going to grab the Santa, I'm going to select Copy, Paste, and now I want to make sure he's lined up exactly with this one. So what I'm going to do is go over here in my Layers panel, click on the lower Santa, and I'm going to go up to my Edit menu. And the X and the Y coordinates tell me exactly where this Santa is on the page. He's 2.23 and 4.54. So I want to go up to the other top layer Santa and put in those exact same measurements, 2.23 and 4.54. I'm going to click on that one, 2.23, 4.54. And now those are in the exact same position. What I want to do with this one is mirror him so that it will make a duplicate copy that is flipped upside down. So now I'm just going to use my arrow key and I'm going to push him up until just the tops of the Santa hat are meeting, just barely. Now I'm going to click on the top one and hold my Shift key and click on the second one. And I'm going to go over here to the Layers panel and I'm going to hit Weld. That has now made this one solid piece that when folded down will make a card or a tag that opens from the bottom. Okay, so now we can go back to our other pieces and they should all be sized correctly because we sized everything before we ungrouped it. I'm going to click on this Santa base layer and I'm going to go up to Arrange and I'm going to send it to the back so that all these other layers will be on top. So this is going to fit right here. This is going to fit right here. And so on. There's one more thing I want to do before I send this off to the Explorer, and that is change a couple of these trim pieces to a different color because I don't want to cut them in white, I want to cut them in glitter paper. So in order to do that, all I do is click on the item that I want to change, and I can click on it over here or I can click on it here. And I'm going to change this temporarily by clicking on it to gray. I'm actually going to cut it out in silver glitter paper. And then I want to do the same for the mustache. Click on it, change it to gray. The trim, gray. The cuff, gray. And this cuff I'm going to cut in gray. I don't want the mustache in glitter. I'm going to cut that in white. Okay, so the last thing left to do is hit go. And now the Cricut is going to think about the best way to set up my mat so that I can get the most shapes for each color on each mat. And now our mats are set up accordingly. So all that's left is to go over to the Cricut. We're going to hit go here. Okay, and you can see on the screen that it's telling me to load my black paper. So I've loaded my paper on my mat in the same position it is on the screen. I'm going to hit load. And now it's telling me to select my media type, which is cardstock. Here is the cardstock button. This is a thinner black cardstock, so I'm just going to move it back one notch to the right. And I'm going to hit go. And you can see on the screen, after it cuts the black layer, it's going to automatically go to the next layer. And so I'm going to remove my black layer. And it's calling for the green paper. I'm going to load my green. I'm going to hit load. And then it's going to walk me through each layer the exact same way, changing the paper after each cut, and it's going to instruct me on the screen while it does it. So I'm going to speed this up as we cut through the rest of the layers. And that's a wrap. That's how you use Lori Whitlock's SVG files with the Cricut Explore. I hope to have many more videos for you soon. Thanks!